Well, g'day and welcome back to today's Model Bench. I have decided I'm just going to completely restart the VW build. So let's get the introduction done and get into it. Well, episode 1, Mark 2 of the VW banged up build. So I'm going to do it by the book again, the way it says by the book. So I'll start with the engine, and what I'll do is I'll actually do the build part at speed, so you'll be able to see the whole thing. But during that I might do a bit of a voiceover, just depending what I'm doing or how I feel. But yeah, there'll be probably 3 or 4 hours worth of video all put into 15-20 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed that. So let's get into it, eh? Okay, so what I've done, I've just put the masking over the back part of the engine. I have to do, the front part in the X56, XF56, which I think is the metallic. Metallic grey. So that has to be done in that colour, as does both these sections here. So the upper parts, I'll just have to mask the bottom parts there. The internal part of the whatever this is, drive shaft I'll call it, not drive shaft, bloody thing, is meant to be the same colour as well, but you can't see it, so why bother, in my opinion. So anyway, I can't video the painting, so I will get that done, let it dry, and I'll come back and we'll start the speed again. So welcome back to a bit of voice. Just got the hum roll mask oil, which is a liquid mask. So what I'm going to be doing is just putting a few dots of it where I believe rust would be. So you get a bit of rust here on the fenders, probably on the door trims there, just on the back. Around the back here and probably at the front. You can see I've actually sanded a couple of seam lines off there. Just wanted to try something. Like I said, this is only still just a trial. So all I'm going to do with the mask oil is get one of my icky sticky, what are they called? The micro blush micro brush applicator. This is a 1.2 millimeter long or large. Just dip it into the liquid mask and just dab it where I believe rust would be. Sort of makes rust bubbles. So just along here on the fenders. So it just adds a little bit more detail. So I'll get this done, and hopefully when I go to chuck another coat of primer on, this will work out well. So here we go, speed it up. So what I'm doing, I'm just doing the body while I wait for the other parts to dry, so try not to get confused. Alright, so there we are, done. So just have a quick look. Very sporadic type of rusting. You see there's just little bits. Some really big chunky parts that's going to look pretty good, hopefully. But not much on the actual door panels, which is okay. We'll just get that with other types of rust and chipping and stuff. So I'll be back once all that's dry and give that another spray of primer. Alright, so here we go. All paints are dry, all the primer's dried. Looks pretty good to me. Hopefully you can see it. Excuse me, there's looks like a little man up on the boot, because the boot's in the front of the VW. A little man in the, I can't really see it, but it's there. So I'm just going to give them a go with, like I said, the ammo. So A.MIG TAC 0041, which is the dark rust. It's shaken very well. I've just done a spoon. And the rust is quite a nice rust colour, as you can see. So we'll give that a go. It's not as nice as the Outlaw Paints rust, I will say that. But like I said, I'm not using Outlaw because I want to make sure I can get this right. So I will get these sprayed and I'll come back and give you a look. Okay, so welcome back. So here we go. This is the first coat of the rust on the body. That's pretty good. And then on the boot, and then the bonnet, which still seems weird to me calling that a bonnet. So now what I'm going to do is I have to put a clear coat on. So I'm probably going to be using my Tamiya semi-gloss, or I do have somewhere a Tamiya gloss. It's just in the little jar thing, but don't know where it is. I've looked in my cupboard, so now I'm just going to look at other boxes to see if I can find it. It's not in here. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for that. Once I've found that, I'll give that a bit of a clear coat, let that dry for a few hours. And then I will do the chipping fluid. So, I'll be back. Okay, so welcome back. So here we go. This is the first coat of the rust on the body. It's pretty good. And then on the boot, and then the bonnet, which still seems weird to me calling that a bonnet. So now what I'm going to do is I have to put a clear coat on. So I'm probably going to be using my Tamiya semi-gloss, or I do have somewhere a Tamiya gloss. It's just in the little jar thing, but don't know where it is. I've looked in my cupboard, so So now I'm just going to look at other boxes to see if I can find it. It's not in here. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for that. Once I've found that, I'll give that a bit of a clear coat, let that dry for a few hours. And then I will do the chipping fluid. So, I'll be back. Found my XF86 flat clear. Never used it before, but I'll see how it looks pretty thick. Let's see how thick it is. It's very thick. Yeah, this guy's doing right. Do it on a bit of a test thing. See how it goes first. Then I'm going to give my airbrush a really good clean. So, let me come back and I'll tell you how it all goes. Okay, so here we are, just fixing up the engine parts. Just putting little bits and pieces on. I did make a mistake which I had to stop the video and fix up, but we won't go into that. We can't all be like Peter. So yeah, so this is pretty much all done. The engine now, and it's just to do putting it to the body, chassis. Alright, so welcome back. So what we've got here is the body of the Beetle with the clear coat over the first rust layer, so it looked pretty good. All I had to do now was chuck on some of the chipping medium from Vallejo, so I'll just go over the top of the body of the car. So I'll come back once that's all done and we'll see how that all goes. Okay, so here we go again. Here we are with the body of the Beetle, and you can see it looks a bit poxy, but that's all the chipping medium that I've put on it. You can actually see the rust bubbles on there now. So hopefully that works out. I don't know what I'll do around that. So that was the body, and now we're going to come up, I'll show you the, I can't call it bonnet, but apparently it's the boot. You can see the little man I mentioned earlier, just at the front there. So yeah, and then, so I was deciding whether I should use a clear, like a light rust or a darker rust. So it's rust light or rust medium from Ammo. So in a second you'll see what I'm trying to look at. I'm just drilling shit there. Well, there you go. So that's a medium one, and then you've got the lighter ones, the light rust, obviously. So I had to decide on which one I was going to do, and I actually asked you guys what I should do, but realised I'd have to do it before you guys got to see it. So in the end I chose the light rust. Alright, so here we go. This is the light rust, and you can really see those rust bubbles now. Looks like the Southern Cross in there. But yeah, I think the light rust looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to let that dry for a little bit longer, and then I'll give it a bit of a go with the toothbrush. Here we go. This I've done a little bit with the spoon. You can see it's there. So looks a lot better in person, but I know it works now, so we'll have to give it a go. And here we go, just getting on to a bit of more building. So let's speed this up and let's get going. Alright peeps, all we're doing is just doing a bit more of the engine, just putting a few other bits and pieces on. I think this has got to do with the drive and everything like that. So yeah, I've stuffed up a bit here, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, so here we go, just doing, I don't know what these things are, but they go on the front of the chassis. Might be like a suspension thingy, I don't know. But there we go, I had to paint it as well because I missed a few bits. But yeah, so that's all that done. Alright, so all I'm looking at now is what I need to do next. I've done pretty much all of part 3 here, so I need to do part 4 coming up, which is adding things to the actual chassis. So what do we got? Part 4 here. So we're just going to put the engine installation. We're going to do the engine installation. It's a little bit there to do, but not a hell of a lot. Here I'm just having a look at, or trying to show you where these bits go that I've just done, and putting glue away so I don't do a Peter and spill it all over my icky sticky mat. So yeah, so now I've just got to do, like I said, the engine installation, and I'm just dribbling shit until I get to the next part. So please excuse me for a little while. The next part will be coming up in probably around about 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. And this is just a bit of an overcap of what I have done. So there's just the body. I'm actually looking forward to giving that a go. It's either tonight or tomorrow. So yeah. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Come and join us on Sundays at Aussie Modelers Live with me, Peter and Jace, an occasional visitor. But yeah, so there we go. I'm just showing what's happening next. Oh, got to forget to stop banging on the table. So yeah, please, like I said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you like the video, please like it. I'm pretty sure some of you will. Anyway, take care. Oh, excuse me, and look after yourselves.